Hi, everybody, and welcome to Everything Airplanes. This is Jamie. This is my first podcast with my brand, so I appreciate everybody's looking at it and viewing. Give you a little bit of background about Everything Airplanes. I've had the site, my website, for about 2.5 years, and I've been posting on Instagram for about a year and a half. This all started back in 2015. I was out in D.C. for the Arsenal of Democracy, and I spent some time in Arlington National Cemetery, just going and finding the burial sites of some of my boyhood heroes, as far as military leaders and whatnot, pilots. And I was able to find Claire Chennault's burial place. Claire Chennault was leader of the Flying Tigers, of course. Pappy Boyington, leader of the Black Sheep Squadron. Jimmy Doolittle. Jimmy Doolittle, just an amazing aviator. And you go back to the 30s when the guy was air racing, and between there and when he retired as a 4-star general, guy did just about everything you can think of. I was able to visit the site of Gus Grissom, who was one of my boyhood heroes. He and Roger Chaffee and Ed White were killed in the Apollo 1 accident, and that's one of my earliest memories as a kid. And there's a guy named Thomas Selfridge who was doing a flight test with Orville Wright, actually at Fort Myers, Virginia, which is real close to where Arlington is right now. The prop came apart and the plane crashed, and Selfridge ended up dying, making him the first aviation casualty in history. Well, when I got back from that visit, I started sharing my information with some friends of mine. And one of my friends suggested that I put together like a coffee table book on pioneer aviators. So I've got that working. And I just started looking at the information that I've got, the thousands and thousands of pictures and dozens of videos that I've got from the 65 plus air museums that I've visited, and countless numbers of air shows that I've been able to attend over the years. And I just decided that, my passion is really for airplanes. My passion is for airplanes and airplane people that love airplanes, people that love to talk about airplanes. And it's everything from people that fly RC airplanes to space shuttle and everything in between. I have a history with aviation. I started my aviation career back in the early 80s with the military, working on Cobra helicopters for the Army. Got out, I went to school and got my A&P license and my pilot's license. My first job out of school was with Delta Airlines as an aircraft mechanic. And I bounced around through 4 or 5 different jobs as a engine manager for Air Evac. I was an airport manager for Branson West Airport in Branson West, Missouri. I worked for American Eagle Airlines and some cargo companies up here. Ended up my career with a stint as the aircraft maintenance manager for Wisconsin Aviation, and decided about a year ago to do this full time. So finally getting to the point where I'm going to be comfortable with the podcast, and looking forward to bringing my 40 years plus of experience and my passion for all things that fly to my viewing audience. Again, I want to cover just about everything that's out there. Right now, I'm kind of on a X-plane kick. I was down at the National Museum of United States Air Force a few weeks ago, and I've got a lot of pictures, a lot of new pictures, and a lot of great new video with the assistance of my my gimbal. And hopefully the videos came out well. I haven't really had a chance to look at most of them. But the Air Force Museum has done a great job of rearranging things down there and making it very, very convenient for photography and video for the airplanes. The last time I was down there was probably 4 or 5 years ago, and things were kind of crammed together, and it was a little bit hard to get pictures of some of the airplanes. But I'll be bringing a lot of that information, a lot of those stories to my podcast in the days to come. I also want to cover, just like I said, just anything that flies. Vintage aircraft, it's Spartan Executive. Again, I'm a helicopter guy, so these helicopters are from the company I work with, Aviator, down in Missouri. This beautiful Beech 18, I saw this at Oshkosh a couple of years ago. I don't know where it came from or who owns it, but this is one of the prettiest airplanes I've ever seen in my life. I'm going to try and cover some of the military stuff. I would love to get out to Nellis Air Force Base out towards Las Vegas and see if I could get a pass to get on their property and get some tours and report on what they do out there. It's a wonderful place to see the fighters going up, and I think it'd be just a blast to go out and learn more about what they do out there to keep our pilots trained. Again, the Warbirds, a lot of people have a passion for the Warbirds. You can be a bomber guy, you can be a fighter guy, you can be a trainer guy, but it's all aviation, and that's what we want to cover here. You know, sticking with my background, I want to keep with the helicopter people and anybody that's interested in vertical flight. There's a lot of neat stuff that I found on a visit to Fort Rucker, Alabama, the Army base down in Alabama. I had an opportunity to go down there and visit their museum, and I talked with one of the docents, and he's pretty much told me that when I get down there next time, if I give him a little bit of a heads up, he'll take me behind the scenes and get me into some of their storage facilities to let me see some of the information or some of the articles that most of the people wouldn't be able to see. And then, of course, we got some of the modern equipment, the B-2 bomber. Again, I just want to introduce myself and take this opportunity to thank you for watching this video, this podcast. Really looking to increase my numbers quickly if possible. So I'm hoping that the people that are following Everything Airplanes on Instagram will come over and view the podcast and give me a like and actually subscribe so that they know when my next podcast comes up. Eventually, I hope to be doing this live, and hopefully I can use the contacts that I've made at a lot of the museums that I've visited recently to be able to coordinate either a Zoom call or an on-site visit with the museum people to bring content that's pretty unique. One of my examples would be if you're out in California and you really have a passion to see the SR-71B that's at the Air Museum in Kalamazoo, Michigan, I want to be able to facilitate that visit so that we can get some good information from the people that are running the museum and bring that content to you so that if you can't make it to Kalamazoo, or if you just don't have the opportunity to but are still interested in their aircraft, I want to be able to bring those types of stories to my podcast so that people can be informed and get a little bit more information than what might be out on the internet right now. I have my websites and my other sites where you can reach Everything Airplanes. My website, www.everythingairplanes.com. It's the holidays. I do have a store, and I've got some unique custom items for sale. I have beach towels that have pictures of some of the photography that I've done. Coffee mugs, same thing with airplanes that I've photographed. I do have also there are prints that I have available for purchase that I've taken. But it's the holidays. Take a look at my shop and see if there's anything you're interested in. There's also a button for donations, and I would really appreciate any kind of help you guys can give me right now. I've decided to do this full time, so any donations will help keep the lights on and buy me new equipment so that I can bring better content and higher quality content to the stories that I place on the internet through my podcasts. I'm also on Instagram at everything airplanes _, and hopefully a lot of you guys will have seen that my posts. I think I'm up to about 600 posts right now, and I got about 1,100 viewers or followers, so I appreciate that. Again, just trying to get everything airplanes cranked up on my podcast. Eventually, I'll be doing this live, and hopefully I'll be doing this from different museums to bring special content to my viewers. I really hope I get some support for everything airplanes. I believe that this is something that's necessary right now, based on what I see on Instagram. There's a huge following of aviators out there, and I plan to cover it all. I know some people have told me that's biting off a lot, but I'll never run out of content, and I'll always have something to report on for at least a portion of the aviation community. Again, you can contact me at everythingairplanes@yahoo.com if you have questions, or if there's an aircraft type that you'd like me to report on. I appreciate you guys watching my podcast, and I look forward to bringing you more aviation content in the days, weeks, months, years to come. Hope everybody's having a good holiday season. Hope everybody has kept themselves clean from the COVID stuff, and if not, I was in the hospital with it myself, so I know what you're going through. Take the precautions that you need. I'm all about civil rights. It's my rights and whatnot, but everybody just needs to be smart. I don't think the government needs to be coming in and telling us what to do or how we can assemble or whatnot, but that's just my personal view. But just be safe, and I hope to have another podcast out. Let's see, today's Thursday. Probably by Monday, I'll put something together and start reporting on some of the stories that I've got for you guys. So, again, hope everybody's doing good. Please hit the subscribe button, and you'll be notified when my podcasts go up. If you'd like to support me on a monthly basis, I do have a Patreon site. I think I start off with Private Pilot Aviator at like $2 a month, Vintage or Pioneer Aviator for $5 a month, Warbird Aviator for $10 a month, and then $25 a month is my X-Planes Aviator, and that'll help keep the lights on. Like I said, it'll help purchase new equipment so that I can bring better content to my viewers. So www.patreon.com/everythingairplanes if you want to check that out. So again, hope everybody's having a good holiday season, and appreciate your likes, your shares, and your subscriptions. And you guys will be seeing me in the future. Hopefully by Monday I'll have some more content and we can get this thing cranked up. Have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Take care.